The following may contain language that is not suitable for all audiences. It's time for the Low Fact Podcast.
Still messed it up.
Is it too much pressure?
It's so much pressure.
So yesterday we were kind of talking about stuff. I thought we were going to talk about the accountability thing.
Okay, you're gonna have to set it up.
Well, months ago, I think I was encouraging people to hold other people accountable for stuff.
Okay.
And also, there are people that think that the state of the world, or the state of this country really, is because of lack of personal responsibility or personal accountability.
Okay.
And I thought about the two, and they're both right. And the idea that I came up with, or the thought that I had is, yes, they're both right. There is a lack of personal responsibility, personal accountability, and there's a lack of holding other people accountable. It dawned on me, if you will, that you kind of have to have both. In that you need to have personal accountability, personal responsibility, in order to hold other people accountable.
That's true.
But I believe that a lot of people kind of believe that if you hold other people accountable, that's enough.
So they don't want the accountability part.
Whether they want it or not is not relevant to the point of my discussion. My point is you have to have personal accountability in order to be able to hold other people to account.
Then
you can't go around thinking that other people need to be accountable. You can't go around thinking, why do other people accommodate or accept, or why are these other people doing this stupid crap? Right? I mean, there's one of the podcasters that I listen to on occasion talks about how people that are in the Democratic Party or the Democratic Party kind of survives and thrives on low information voters.
Okay.
Now, if you happen to be a Democrat, you'll probably disagree with me.
Yes.
But I don't subscribe to either party, so I'm just like, whatever. I think they're both. I think the whole system, and when I say system, I mean society, really actually depends on low information folks. But going back to what I was saying, it might be incorrect. It might sound stupid, but I don't think you can hold other people accountable without yourself being personally accountable. It just doesn't work the way that people would want. Well, it's funny how I always contradict myself because there's so many things going on in my mind.
I can tell when there's stuff going on in your mind now because you kind of came clean about the fact that when you repeat, when you do not stuttering, but when you kind of repeat, that's when your mind is like doing a whole lot of shit. Yeah, there are people whose mouth goes faster than their mind. Mm-hmm. I believe that my mind goes faster than my mouth. Luckily for you.
Luckily or unluckily, it's just a personal observation that could be totally incorrect, right? Because we're all the stars of our own movie.
But nobody wants to be accountable.
Do they or don't they?
I don't think people do.
In
general. I mean, as a majority of people.
I lean towards agreeing with you.
I mean, I don't know how high a percentage is, but it's pretty high.
I get pretty happy when I don't when I skirt, when the hammer doesn't come down on me.
Yep.
And I don't see how anybody can be any different. But in order,
how do we exist then?
Well, like I said, God loves idiots.
He must.
He's got to.
Because we're a peck of idiots.
People like to think that we're all super smart and high achieving and this and that and the other. But I'm the most high achieving, smartest, greatest specimen of humankind I know. And let me tell you, I do all kinds of stupid stuff.
And get away with it?
Well, not always. I never measure up. And yet, I'm very fortunate.
Why does God love idiots?
That's a question that I think would really be too much of tempting fate. Like, I think if you keep on asking that question, God's going to kind of wake up and be like, you're right. Why do I love you idiots? And at that point, the party's over.
It might be like, it's like that Twilight Zone episode that I started watching this week.
And I don't know that that's really a great story because you don't know how it ends.
I don't know what happens. I'm assuming it ends okay.
It's the Twilight Zone, man. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't.
I should have freaking recorded it. But he was an idiot. He's like a lovable idiot, and then he's going along fine, and then everything goes wrong in his life in one day.
Well, that's all of us.
And the point where I got to was that he gets visited by his guardian angel in the bar when he's drunk. But that was when I stopped watching because I had to go to work.
I very often feel like my guardian angel is drunk in a bar.
I think I have a couple that make sure they keep me out of trouble.
And yet they're
at
both...
least, or three maybe.
Yet they're both, or all three of them are drunk at a bar playing cards and just kind of asleep at the wheel.
See, I imagine that they have shifts looking after me.
This isn't the Buds instructors during Hell Week.
Why not?
Well, I suppose it could be.
Maybe it takes three of them to keep me out of trouble. Did you ever think about that?
Well, I think that's just you thinking very highly of yourself.
Really?
I mean, we all want to feel special.
I am special.
And I think
I'm special.
I think the answer to that is true. I think everybody is special. But if everybody is special, is anyone really special?
I mean, what do you mean by special, though? You mean specially retarded?
No, special the way that you want to be. Unique. A precious gift. A whatever.
Yes.
We all want to be that.
If I'm so special, then how come I'm not doing more special things?
Is that even the right line of... Is that even in the same line of reasoning or questioning, though?
Yeah.
Why?
If you're special, then you should be using those...
According to who?
Me. Well, no, according to what society tells you.
But
like, if you have gifts, you're supposed to use those gifts.
That's all propaganda.
Not necessarily.
Sure it is.
You know why I'm thinking this, right?
No.
Because this woman came up to me this week, like, just randomly, and was like...
You've got the biggest head I've seen on a person?
She was like, I went to Easter Island, and your head reminds me of one of those. No, she was like, oh, I feel like you're underutilizing your skills. She was like, I feel like you're... that you have some talents, and that you're not utilizing them at all. And I was just like, who the fuck are you? Like, it was weird. It was a really weird interaction. This is a person who was a stranger, by the way. I mean, that's a weird thing, right? You ever had anybody come up and say that to you?
That I'm underutilizing?
Yeah.
No. I've been told by a crazy person that I was going to hell because I'm Asian.
I mean, I don't think she was crazy, but I thought it was very odd.
Yeah, you ate it all up.
And I was like, maybe I am.
See? Dude, that's like an Oracle of Delphi type statement if I've ever heard one.
Really?
Everybody's underutilizing their stuff.
Yeah, but then you're wasted talent, right?
Now?
Yes.
What if you're the type of person that was born with a talent that's just unappreciated? Think about it. The hot shit programmers of the day today.
Oh yeah.
Right? Computer programmers, the ones that are making tons of money, and shows are being made about them, like Silicon Valley, talking about the greatness of all these hot shit programmer / beta male type characters and whatever.
Right.
What if they were born 600 years ago?
They probably wouldn't survive.
Well, no, there'd be no use for their talent.
That's what I mean.
Not necessarily.
I mean, they certainly wouldn't be the leader of the village, would they?
Well, according to the stuff, none of those people would be leaders of anything. They're not leaders.
Well, they have, some of them must have leadership qualities.
Everyone's got leadership qualities, but that's neither here nor there. Everyone's got leadership qualities. That doesn't mean everyone should be a leader. Everyone could be a violent killer. That doesn't mean that we're all sitting around, running around trying to kill each other.
But I think it's a bit of a sweeping statement to suggest that these people aren't leaders. Or did you? Maybe you didn't say that.
Well, I did say that. It
Oh.
doesn't mean that they can't be
Hmm.
put in leadership positions. They can't be called quote unquote.
But if you're running a company,
it
then
doesn't
you
mean
must,
they can't be followed.
You must have, right? I mean,
No.
why not?
If you're running a company, then you know how to run a company. That's not leadership. That's administrative.
But you still have people
Sure.
that look to you, and you're making decisions. Isn't that leadership?
No. Well, yeah, but no.
Yeah, but no. Well, what's your definition of leadership then?
I don't necessarily have one.
I wish I was Krusty so I could make that noise Krusty makes.
A leader is someone who's followed.
Okay.
Just because people follow you does not make you like
Moses?
a good leader or a leader. Yeah, you can lead people if people are following you, but that doesn't necessarily make you a leader.
You lead them over a
That's
cliff.
like having a woman or a man with no paternal
Instincts?
parental instincts or no parental instincts.
Mm-hmm.
And there are plenty of people like that out there.
Who have kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can think of a couple of examples, actually. I'm just like, what?
I mean, just because you have a kid don't make you a great mother. Thankfully, being a good mom is probably not so far out of the realm of people's abilities that they can't do it. But there are definitely people that are better parents than other people. That's just fact. Just like there are people that are smarter than others, fatter than others, taller than others. The list can go on ad nauseum, and I'm a bit nauseous right now.
Ad nauseum.
That's going to be my new favorite hated phrase.
Why do you use that phrase so much? Why do you use ad nauseum, ad nauseum?
Well, I could ad infinitum then.
What's ad infinitum?
Infinitely.
Ooh. Mr. Frickin' Latin.
I wish I took more Latin, but
It's a dead language.
roots of it are still alive.
This is true.
Or not roots, but parts of it are still alive. It might be a dead language, but its progeny still go on.
Running around.
I mean, when people stop speaking, French, German, and Italian, then I guess you can say it's.
What about Spanish?
Did I not say Spanish?
No.
Oh, I guess not. Well, okay. Spanish too.
So the Germanic languages are not
No, they're the ones that toppled
the Latins.
the Romance languages.
Man, it's good drinking beer. I love it.
What do you have against the Germanics?
No, I don't. That was just like an off-the-cuff statement.
I mean, you're not very Romance language culture anyway.
I'm a British culture, basically. British and Polynesian.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever, Brett Trevor.
Yeah, your great grandmother was a Maori princess, right?
Indeed, she was.
I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Yep, I've derailed the conversation once again.
I think that's thinking really highly of yourself.
I'm a genius at derailing our podcasts.
Well, I guess you have to be a genius at something, but even then. You keep saying that word.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Exactly.